It was getting close to quitting time. Julia's replacement on desk duty had not yet arrived for work when 5 gringos pushed through the front door of the police station. They looked upset, hot, and dusty as all 5 approached the desk together. One of the men, with longish silver hair, was the first to speak in halting Spanish, asking Julia if she spoke English. "Yes, sir. How can I help you?" Julia responded in excellent English. With obvious relief, Simon began. "We need to report a missing person. I'm Simon Wakefield, and my wife, Stella Monroe, is lost in the desert out by the rock paintings in Cañón del Demonio." His words poured out like a gushing faucet. But before he could continue, Julia deftly and calmly stopped the flow of his story. "Before you proceed with your account of what happened to your wife, let me gather some details about you and her so I can start the computer case file. That will speed things up. Then we'll go into a quiet room and you can tell me the whole situation." Julia's first-rate command of English and her calm, strong demeanor seemed to cause the man before her and the group with him to visibly relax a degree or two. She led the husband through the demographic data gathering of his wife's names, their address in San Amaro, and the time and location where she was last seen. By this time, the evening desk sergeant had arrived to start his shift, and Julia moved the group into the interview room. They spent over an hour there going over all the details of the morning's hike, Stella's separation from the group, and all the actions they had taken in their search to find her when she wasn't in the parking lot as expected. She videotaped the interview with their permission because, as she explained to them, the detective assigned to the case might not be fluent in English. Being able to put Spanish subtitles on the video would help him more quickly get up to speed. They all signed the video waiver with no questions asked. The 5 hikers provided Julia with a description of their trip to the location from which they began their hike up the canyon to the rock paintings. Each member of the group added details they thought were important. Julia asked probing questions when she was unclear and as the story emerged through the interview. A couple of the Americans showed her photos on their phones to better inform Julia of the story. She had several of the photos emailed from the hikers' phones to her work email. Before she sent the 5 home, Julia let them know that, once assigned, the detective for their case would be contacting Simon. She reassured them it would be soon. Even though it was now nearly an hour and a half past the end of her shift, she settled at her desk to translate the statements the group had made into Spanish and add Spanish subtitles to the video. Translation software for written and spoken words made the process less tedious. After 2 hours, she had read the translation through several times and was happy that both it and the subtitles were accurate and clear. She had also printed several photos from the hikers' phones. She took the file folder containing all the statements, photos, and a thumb drive containing the video to the evening desk sergeant, who was responsible for contacting the brass to find out whom they wished to assign as lead on this new case. With the formalities of statements completed, she headed home. Her thoughts shifted to the humanity of the situation. A woman, dressed and prepared for a morning hike in the desert, was most likely lost, disoriented from a day in the desert heat, hungry and afraid, trying to find a safe place to spend the night. Or perhaps she was lying hurt and unable to move in the boulders along the arroyo. Whatever her situation, Julia sent a quick prayer to San Cristo, St. Christopher, that the missing woman and her dog be kept from harm through the night.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.